Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented Naham, the Lord, that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So Naham can also, it either means comfort, and it also means repent. And the next point is Jonah means dove, and Noah released the dove when he was in the ark. And Genesis 8:8, also he sent forth a dove, Jonah, from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. And then he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her into unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. So really, he released the dove 3 times. Anything else that can be pointed out? I'm looking into it. But Lamech did mention that and he called his name Noah, saying, "This same shall comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord has cursed." And I wonder if hand is related to number 10, because Yod means hand, but it could also be the letter Kaf, which is the 11th letter and not the 10th. And let's look at Genesis 5. And looking into 5:29, it's actually the word Yod, yes, which is the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Yod is the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and it means hand. Okay, let's skip to verse 11. Notice that chapter 3 verse 10 ends chapter 3 ends with verse 10, so there's no such thing as verse 11 in chapter 3, but for the sake of it, I'm gonna read it to you. From chapter 1 verse 11, then said they unto him, what shall we do unto thee, that the sea may be calm unto us? For the sea wrought and was tempestuous. And verse 12, and he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea, so shall the sea be calm unto you, for I know Yeah, for my sake, this great tempest is upon you. And I had made a note to go to the 12th chapter of John in Richard's uh, website, Biblewheel.com. Let me. What is in common with the 12th chapter of John? Notice that this is the 12th verse, and it does mention cast me forth into the sea. It might have something to do with there might be something in common with John 12, Revelation 12, where it says, John 12 says that the prince of this world is be cast out. Then Revelation 12, it says Satan was cast out. And Matthew 12, Jesus is casting out devils but he's being accused by the Pharisees of casting out devils by the power of Beelzebub. So let's go back to Jonah, and I did mention that cast is actually the word tool, but in any case, we'll skip on to verse 13. Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring it to the land, but they could not, for the sea wrought and was tempestuous against them. Wherefore they cried unto the Lord, and said, We beseech thee, O Lord, we beseech thee, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not upon us innocent blood, for thou, O Lord, hast done as it pleased thee. Verse 15. So they look up Jonah and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from her raging. And verse 16. Then the men feared the Lord exceedingly, and offered a sacrifice unto the Lord, and made vows. I'm going to stop my study over here. In my next study, I will pick up from John, comparing Jonah chapter 2 and chapter 4.